Hello everyone, a very good morning. I welcome you all to LaunchPad Education Punjab. Good morning everybody. आज दी class में आप discuss करेंगे important history the MCQs. It is going to be a class for all the important MCQs for modern history जो आप cover करेंगे. इस तो पहला काफी सारी classes जड़ियाँ हैं various subjects उते लग चुकी हैं modern history, polity, geography, environment. You can all watch those videos ताकि तुसी अपनी preparation जड़ी है उन्हें चंगी तरह कर सको. Good morning, Harpreet, Rakhi. Everyone seems quite happy today. Okay. Batches for IAS PCS have already started. If you wish or you aspire to become if you want to aspire to get into the administration, so start preparing with LaunchPad Education. Right? Classes have already started. Todi convenience hote classes available ne. Demo classes are there, weekend and weekday batches are there. With the best of teachers, you can solve your doubts, right? Moving on to the first MCQ for the day. Before that, information is there for you that Launchpad IAS channel 12 baje, there's going to be a session on polity MCQs whereby UPSC the previous polity MCQs discuss किते जाएंगे and कुछ prospective questions भी discuss किते जाएंगे, right? So here we are with the first MCQ. Yes, absolutely. So much sacrifice. Election, the results chhadke, I am taking a lecture because we are concerned about your studies, right? Hopefully we chose a very good government which is going to make education a priority, right? So first MCQ is in front of you. Consider the following statements about Swaraj Party. First statement, it was formed due to disagreement over legislative council entry. Second statement, Motilal Nehru was its first president. Third statement, it separated from Indian National Congress in 1924. Options 1 and 2, and then 1 and 3, and then all of the above. A very good morning, Radhika, Rolly, Sakshi, Avneet, Bhavna. Yes, aap party leading. Thank you everyone for the information. I am taking the lecture here, but I think when updates milte rahenge. Okay, so about the Swaraj Party, which of the following statement is correct? Okay, first answer है that one only is correct. Motilal Nehru was the first secretary. Okay, who was the first president? जिन्हों का answer one only है, that's correct. One only is right answer. Who was the first president? C.R. Das was the president. Okay, disagreement सेगा जड़ा, it was because of the purpose of non-cooperation movement, right? Non-cooperation the movement, the violent incident to बाद non-cooperation movement was withdrawn, but they wanted कि non-cooperation movement withdraw ना होए, so a conflict सेगा. Again 1924 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ these no changes and pro changes ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ alignment बनाई गई सी by Mahatma Gandhi, so separation ਦੀ ਗੱਲ 1924 ਵਿੱਚ नहीं हुई, right? So 1924 ਦਾ इकलौता ਜਿਹੜਾ session है ਉਹ कुछ special session है कांग्रेस ਦਾ. Can you tell me what is special about a 1924 the Congress session? इस session ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਾਸ ਕੀ ਹੈ? I'm waiting for your answers. I'll move on to the next question. With reference to Indian freedom struggle, consider the following statements. In ਤੁਸੀਂ chronology ਵਿੱਚ arrange करना है. Mutiny of Royal Indian Navy, Quit India movement was launched, and then second round table conference happened. 1924 Belgaum session, this was the only session जिन्हों preside किने कीता सी Mahatma Gandhi. Correct, very nice. Go on. In तुसी chronology which arrange करना है Quit India movement, then mutiny, and then second round table conference. 3, 2, 1. Okay, mutiny was in 1946, Quit India movement 1942, and second round table conference was in 1932. Right. Most of you knew the answers. No much discussion is required. Next, who became the father of communal electorate in India? Montagu, Minto, Cornwallis, and then Wellesley. Who is known as the father of communal electorate in India? 31, 42, 46. Sonika Joshi, correct? Okay. Right. Minto, Morley Minto reforms के तहत this communal electorates for Muslims was first time that came into picture, and he is known as the father of communal electorate, right? Okay, moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements about major events that occurred in 1930s and 40s. Pune Pact gave away the Hindu joint electorates and special electorates ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ they were established for the depressed classes. Then C Raja Gopalachari जो है वो first governor general बने सी of the Dominion India. Options 2 only, 1 only, 1 and 2, and then none of the above. दोनों events ਜਿਹੜੇ हैं 1930s and 40s there, right? Go on. Waiting for your answers. Geet says 1 only. Okay. Radhika says maybe D. Okay. 1 only answer नहीं है. 1 only is not correct. Hello Happy Singh, answer to this question जो मैंने इको स्टूडेंट ਦਾ आया है, that is D. None of the above statement is correct. Why? ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੂਨਾ ਪੈਕਟ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਲੈਕਟੋਰੇਟਸ, ਪੂਨਾ ਪੈਕਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਲੈਕਟੋਰੇਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਐਬੋਲਿਸ਼ ਖਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਹਿੰਦੂ ਜੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਲੈਕਟੋਰੇਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਟੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, and then special electorates depressed class ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ it was set up for the Christianity, Jains, ਸਭ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ, right? And then C Raja Gopalachari ਜਿਹੜੇ first governor of Dominion India ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ. Who was it? Mountbatten, correct? Yes. Okay, Lord Mountbatten. Yes, McDonald Award, right? Representation minority community, McDonald Award de तहत representation for minority community, right? This was not Pune Pact, this was McDonald. ठीक है, I hope this is clear. Okay, चलिए अगले क्वेश्चन थे. राइट आंसर किसी का भी नहीं आया सी. स्टेटमेंट्स ध्यान नाल पढ़ो. कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स रिगार्डिंग ट्रीटी ऑफ सालवाई. Treaty of Salwai was signed between Marathas and British East India Company. Then Raghunath Rao was freed and pension ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਫਿਕਸ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀਗੀ, right? Third statement, British East India Company ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ it got control of the saltate. 1 only. Then we have is 2 and 3, 3 only, and then 1, 2 and 3. Yes Radhika, that was the correct answer. Neither was the correct answer, right? So Treaty of Salwai ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ you are to mark the right statements. Go on. Treaty of Salwai 1782 ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਈਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ. Okay, I think you are taking a minute. कोई नहीं, एक मिनट ले लो. Think of the answers and then give me your answers. First Anglo Maratha war ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ that ended with the Treaty of Salwai, right? Okay, first answer आया है 1 only. The correct answer to this question is D. All the statements are correct, right? ਜਦੋਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ treaty ਦੇ question ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, it is mandatory ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਾਰਮ ਕਰੋ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਂਗਲੋ ਮਰਾਠਾ ਵਾਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਪੜੀਆਂ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ, right? All the statements are correct. The first Anglo Maratha war ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ that ended with Treaty of Salwai whereby this it a right हो गई statement between Marathas and East India Company. This was started, ठीक है? And then Raghunath Rao was freed and pension ਜਿਹੜੀ है fix ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ, and British East India Company ਜਿਹੜੀ है it got control over various other areas including this area, right? Okay, moving on to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding radicals during British rule in India. They advanced the introduction of modern Western science, philosophy and literature. Second statement, Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other like-minded reformers opposed radical school of thought. 1 only, 2 only, both, and then we have is neither 1 nor 2. Radicals like alag to phase ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ that was introduced, right? Go on, waiting for your answers. Did Raja Ram Mohan Roy opposed the radical school of thought? Two only. Okay. Okay. Answer to this question is A, one only. Radicals ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, it had the capacity to develop. ਰਾਈਟ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਪੈਸਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੇਜਰ ਰਿਫਾਰਮਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰੈਸਿਵ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਰਾਈਟ, ਸੋ ਦੇ ਸਪੋਰਟਡ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਸਾਇੰਸ, ਫਿਲੋਸਫੀ ਐਂਡ ਲਿਟਰੇਚਰ. And second statement is wrong. Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other like-minded reformers ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ, they supported the radical school of thought. ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਰਸਟ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਰੈਡੀਕਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਸਾਇੰਸ, ਫਿਲੋਸਫੀ ਐਂਡ ਲਿਟਰੇਚਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਰਾਈਟ ਮਾਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਰਾਈਟ, ਆਪਾਂ ਰਾਜਾ ਰਾਮ ਮੋਹਨ ਰਾਏ ਬਾਰੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, that he supported the western sciences. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, I hope it is clear to you. ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ thumbs up ਦੇ ਦਿਓ if it is clear. बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन सी आई थिंक रिगार्डिंग दिस क्वेश्चन. इज इट क्लियर? चलिए अगले क्वेश्चन थे. ओके, चलो मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Which among the following foreigners served as the president of Congress session? A.O. Hume, George Yule, Henry Cotton. Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. बढ़िया गल है, क्लियर हो गया. Presidents of Congress sessions कौन कौन रहे हैं? A.O. Hume, George Yule, Henry Cotton. Options are in front of you. If ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵੀ person ਦਾ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ clear ਹੈ who was never a president, who never presided the Congress session 2 and 3. Okay, first answer आया है. Any more answers? Anyone else? George Yule, 1888. He took part in Allahabad session. Okay, and then Henry also took part in 1904. I think it was a Bombay session. ठीक है. A.O. Hume was a one person जिसकी बहुत ज़्यादा contribution रही है towards the formation of Indian National Congress, but he never ever presided the Indian National Congress. Is it clear? Okay, right. चलो जी. Moving on to the next question. For the improvements in education system in British India, Ripon appointed a commission in 1882 under the chairmanship of Sir William Hunter. And Sir William Hunter the recommendation is Hunter Commission the recommendation ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ठीक है. And here are the options. The commission recommended for the expansion and improvement of elementary education for masses. Second statement, commission ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ poor status ਦੇਖਿਆ women education ਦਾ and local bodies ਨੂੰ encourage ਕੀਤਾ like villages and towns ਕਿ ਉਹ elementary education ਨੂੰ manage ਕਰ ਸਕਣ. One only, two only, then we have is both 1 and 2 and then neither. A.O. Hume was a lightning conductor for INC, right? Light conducting theory ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ A.O. Hume ਨੂੰ associate ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Correct ਗੀਤ. You say C that both are correct. Okay. It suggested secondary education as well as vocational education ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ. ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੰਟਰ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਕਾਫੀ ਵਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ. I have told you ਕਿ ਹੰਟਰ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ recommendation ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ secondary as well as elementary education including vocational courses ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ that should be introduced in the education system. Right? ਆਪਾਂ champions of education in India, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ history ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ modern history ਵਿੱਚ, ਅਸੀਂ champions of education system in India ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ? Vocational courses, right? Go on. Champions of education, if you can answer me. ਦੋ persons ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ. One was William Bentinck, other was Lord Ripon. ठीक है. Lord Ripon ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਿ Hunter Commission was appointed and then Lord William Bentinck ਦੇ time ਤੇ ਵੀ education was a lot development. ठीक है. So ये दो champions ने education दे. When we talk about history. Next question. Consider the following statement regarding Battle of Palasi. Battle of Plassey was essentially due to opposition of local people of Bengal to the activities of East India Company. Second statement, the Battle of Plassey resulted in victory of East India Company and consolidation of its presence in Bengal. Third statement, it resulted in East India Company gaining greater military might, which allowed them to push the European colonial powers away from Bengal. Go on. Bentic and Ripon, absolutely correct. Go on. Battle of Plassey, the major reasons की रहे हैं. Was it a opposition between local people of Bengal and then East India Company? And then Plassey resulted in victory of East India Company. Second statement, तो I think तुसी mark कर सकते हो that second statement is right one. These two statements are a challenge for you. Okay, Geet says 3. 2 and 3 statement are correct. Okay. First is wrong. Okay, what is wrong in first? It was between Nawab of Bengal and East India Company that Plassey, the conflict the current Plassey jehdi hai took place, right? Answer to this question is C, 2 and 3. It resulted East India Company ने काफी ज़्यादा revenue जड़ा इकट्ठा कर लिया सी and military might company का जड़ा है it developed and expanded to many folds. ठीक है जी? Okay. Right. Branded shoes. Sakshi. Correct. Consider the following statements regarding Treaty of Allahabad. It was associated with Battle of Plassey. The rights gained by this treaty allowed the East India Company की revenue collect कर सकती है directly from the people in certain provinces. One only, two only, both, and then we have is neither one nor two. Treaty of Allahabad, 1764, right? It was signed between Shah Alam and Clive. Only two statements says Avneet. Manjeet says B. Okay. Yes, Diwani rights were given. Bilkul correct. B. Absolutely correct. काफी सारे students आंसर B है. Assuming कोई ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. It was Battle of Buxar. Correct. Even if year याद है, you can easily mark अगर ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਵੀ year है याद है. इलाहाबादी treaty ਦਾ या पलासी ਦਾ you can easily eliminate कि first option नहीं है. Next. Which of the following factors influenced the growth of modern nationalism during British rule in India? French Revolution, Indian Renaissance, strong reaction to British imperialist policy. Go on. Major modernization, modern nationalism nu develop karan de major factors that influenced Indian nationalism. Kede kede sige? Modernization जड़ी है that was much initiated. Modernization one of the factors है. Britishers modernization लेके आए तो लोगों को पता लगा कि वो nationalism which की deserve कर दे. ठीक है? D. Geet says D that all the statements, all the factors are responsible for the nationalism in India. बाकी सब की कर रहे. Even if you do not know the answers, try to attempt. ऐसे ही चीज़ें learn होंगे if you take part in the interaction. D. Correct. फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन तो काफी सारे आइडियाज आए सीगे इंडियंस नु फॉर नेशनलिज्म. अदर देन दैट इंडियन रेनेसा वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजन सीगा वेयर बाय सोशल रिलीजियस रिफॉर्म्स वर अ पार्ट ऑफ इंडियन रेनेसा. ठीक है. एंड देन इंडिया दी स्ट्रॉन्ग रिएक्शनरी पॉलिसीज, स्ट्रॉन्ग रिएक्शन टू द पॉलिसीज ऑफ ब्रिटिश वाज अनदर रीजन. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स रिगार्डिंग पैका रेबेलियन. ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਵੀ स्टूडेंट्स हथ खड़े कर लो जिन्होंने पैका रेबेलियन के बारे पहली बार सुने. It was an armed rebellion against the British East India Company rule in Gujarat. Second, a rise in prices of salt due to taxes imposed in it was one of the cause of the rebellion. French Revolution, liberty, equality, fraternity. Correct. Right. Options 1 only, 2 only, both and then neither. जिन्होंने पहली बार सुना है पैका रेबेलियन, यू कैन रेज योर हैंड्स ऑनेस्टली. ओडिशा च सी. ओके. सो विद दिस आप फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट गलत कर दिया है. इट वाज अगेंस्ट द ब्रिटिश कंपनी इन ओडिशा अराउंड 1817 this rebellion took place. ठीक है, so it did not took place in Gujarat, it was in Odisha, present day Odisha. ठीक है जी, okay, we have got the hands raised, very nice, honest hand raised. Okay, can you tell me जिन्होंने आंसर्स देते कि the leader कौन सी गए, who was the leader? Jaga Bandhu was the leader of this revolt. One of the reasons जेड़ा सीगा that was salt salt तो जेड़ा tax लग रही सी, other than that कुछ land records दे भी reasons सीगे कि a rebellion it took place. ठीक है, another important fact, this is also known as first war of independence before 1857 ਦੀ Sepoy mutiny ਹੋਈ ਸੀ. Sepoy mutiny 1857 ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ this was the first war of independence. Sometimes some books ਇਹਨੂੰ refer ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ठीक है, in case that statement also comes in option, ਤੁਸੀਂ याद रखना है कि ਇਹਨੂੰ किया ਜਾਂਦਾ है. Okay, एक बार thumbs up दे दो अगर समझ आ गया, concept समझ आ गया था पूरा and topic समझ आ गया था. ठीक है, चलिए अगले क्वेश्चन थे. Okay, which of the following was the reaction of educated middle class in the revolt of 1857? Okay, thank you everybody. First, they supported the revolt, they opposed the revolt, they remained neutral, they fought against the native rulers. Go on. Educated middle class, काफी सारे ऐसे sections of society ਅਸੀਂ पढ़ते हैं. In revolt of 1857 कुछ neutral सी, कुछ कईयां ने oppose किया. Okay. C आंसर आया है करेक्ट. They remained neutral. This was educated middle class. Sakshi, branded shoes India, boy bhangra style. Avneet, Geet, correct. Moving on. The Governor General who followed a spirited forward policy toward Afghanistan was Wellesley, Lytton, Cornwallis, and then we have his Minto. Not a problem. Go on. Who spirited forward policy? Okay, no idea. Second Anglo-Afghan war जड़ी है, that was provoked by this forward policy. ठीक है, it was in okay B. Lytton. Correct. Answer to this question is B. ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ forward policy ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ it is associated with Lytton. Right, forward policy ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ criticism ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ forward policy was one of the reason ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ second Anglo-Afghan war ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ provoke ਹੋਈ ਸੀ. बहुत बुरी तरह से हारे थे ये. ठीक है, so forward policy, Lytton and second Anglo-Afghan war. Okay जी, moving on to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding moderates. Moderates and extremists is the very simplest and the most easiest topic. ठीक है, options देखो. Moderates believed in confrontation rather than persuasion. They popularized the idea of democracy, civil liberties, and representative institutions. They succeeded in getting the expansion of Legislative Council of Indian Council Act by Indian Council Act 1892. 1 and 2. 1 and 3, 2 and 3, and then we have is 2 only. Good morning, Kamalpreet Singh. Good months. Okay, I don't get it. Go on. Moderates ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ statements ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਪੁੱਛੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਹੈ. Read the statements carefully and then answer. ਆਪਾਂ moderates ਦੀ achievements ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Right, so ਉਹ achievements ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ then ਤੁਸੀਂ mark ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. C, 2 and 3, okay. Moderates did not believe in confrontation. Absolutely. First is wrong. You can easily eliminate the 2 options. When second statement correct hai bilkul. Third was a crunch to you, a tricked question. This was one of the achievements of the moderates ki ਉਹ Indian councils ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ seats ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ expand ਕਰ ਪਾਏ ਸੀ. This was one of the achievements. Right? So, answer becomes C, 2 and 3 statement is correct. A statement ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ extremists ਬਾਰੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ. Okay? Moving on to the next question. In context of Indian freedom struggle, 16th October 1905 is known as Dadabhai Naoroji declared the goal of Indian National Congress as Swaraj. Then Congress session held at Calcutta under presidency of Gokhale. Then formal proclamation of Swadeshi movement, and then happened the partition of Bengal. कुछ important dates याद रखनी है, बहुत important है. Partition. Okay. 16th October 1905, formal proclamation of Swadeshi, A, D, okay. July 1905, which it was announced, and finally it took place on 16th of October 1905. It is partition of Bengal. Okay. Partition of Bengal no annul kede saal vich kita gaya si. 1905 was announced. In which year it was annulled? D is the correct answer. Very nice. Waiting for your answers. I am moving on to the next question. 11. Okay. The Lahore session of Indian National Congress was very important during the freedom struggle movement because ਹੁਣ Lahore session of Indian National Congress ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ statement ਪੁੱਛੀ ਹੈ. The rift between extremists and moderates was resolved. Second statement, Congress passed a resolution demanding complete independence. One only, two, both, and then we have is neither. Absolutely, it was annulled in 1911. Okay, by Hardinge, correct. Two only is correct. Okay, first statement की गलत है. Rift between extremists and moderates were resolved. This happened in which session? Both is not the correct answer. Waiting for your answers. Go on. Lahore session. It was resolved in Lucknow Pact, resolved in Lucknow session. Correct. Okay. So with this, answer becomes B. Congress passed a resolution demanding complete independence. Okay. First is wrong. Correct. Moving on to the next question. During Swadeshi movement, which of the following leaders declared that political freedom is the life breath of nation? Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Aurobindo Ghosh, and then we have is Rabindranath Tagore. Political freedom is the, you say A, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Are you sure? Who all are guessing here? हाथ खड़े कर लो. So इस एक ने एक A mark किया है. Everyone marked A. Answer is C. Aurobindo Ghosh was declared that political freedom is the birthright of the nation. जिन्होंने guess किया सी, please raise your hands. या फिर जिन्होंने follow किया सी वाक्य नु, वो भी हाथ खड़े कर लें. Honest answers. Okay. I hope now you know. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding administrative measures adopted by Curzon. Number of Indian members in Calcutta Corporation was reduced. Official Secret Act curbed the freedom of press. Then Indian University Acts ensured the greater government control over the universities. ਜਿਹੜੇ measure Curzon government ਦੇ under. Okay, guess वाले काफी सारे सीगे. पीछे चलन वाले भी काफी सारे सीगे. Okay, so administrative measures that were taken by Lord Curzon. Options are in front of you. Curzon's rule ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ special term ਦੇ ਨਾਲ associate ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. His rule was the rule of mission, commission and omission. I hope ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ statement ਸੁਣੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ. His rule was called the rule of mission, omission and commission. So ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਹੜੀ practices, ਕਿਹੜੀ measures ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ that were adopted by Curzon? अवनीत सेज हमारा खुद का ही स्टाइल है, एग्जिट से अंदर आते हैं. ओके, यू से सी. ओके, एनी मोर आंसर्स? Answer to this question is D. All number of Indian members in Calcutta Corporation were reduced. Official Secret Act जिन्हें curb किया सी freedom to press, that was also a part of the Curzon rule. Other than that, Indian University Act जिदा major aim की सीगा government the control increase करना in the universities, as this all took place in the rule of Curzon, the rule of mission, commission and omission. Okay. Now, moving on to the next question. Which of the following movement was also known as Vande Mataram movement? Non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, quit India, and then we have is none of the above. Go on. Vande Mataram movement popularly किनु क्या जानता है? Waiting for your answers. Go on. B. Civil disobedience. Okay. Everyone should take part. Answer to this question is D. None of the above is known as Vande Mataram movement. कदों आप हिस्ट्री विच इन्ने सारे मूवमेंट्स ਨੂੰ वंदे मातरम मूवमेंट ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ? Is everyone awake? Okay. दिल च ਤਾਂ बहुत कुछ आंदा है, but you cannot move like that. Moving on to the next question. By the start of 12th century, a band of nationalist thinkers has emerged who advocate a more militant approach to political work. The basic tenets of this school of thought were direct political action required, personal sacrifices required, and a true nationalist to always be ready for it, Swaraj to be the goal of national movement. Options 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 and 3. Read the statements very carefully. Militant approach to political work. Militant is the key source regarding the political work. You say C, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Any more answers? Everyone, please take part in the discussion. Time फायदा होएगा live attend करन दा. C, first answer आया है. Answer to this question is C, correct. यानी कि direct political action लेना. दूसरी गल, personal sacrifice is required if a true nationalist movement ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ part ले रहा है. Then Swaraj to be the goal of national movement. ठीक है जी, it is C. Okay. Moving on to the next question. As far as Indian freedom struggle is concerned, how is word Swadeshi different from boycott? Swadeshi and boycott ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ difference है? While Swadeshi attracted the lower strata of society, boycott ने attract ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ higher society ਨੂੰ. Then Swadeshi was essentially economic movement. Boycott was not an economic movement. Little bit in-depth जाने वाला question है that is asking about the difference Swadeshi and boycott ਦੇ ਵਿਚਲਾ. Two only, okay. दोनों ही जेड़े है B statement. Two only. Swadeshi was essential economic movement. Boycott was not. Boycott, both the movements brought together. They both used economic and political tools. दोनों movements ने ही economic and political tools ਨੂੰ all together ਜਿਹੜਾ है study ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, economic tools ਨੂੰ use ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ. Boycott is a more of a negative term. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ negative positive ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, boycott is a negative term ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ boycott ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. Swadeshi was ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ Indian goods ਨੂੰ adopt ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. Indians ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ जो Indians ਕਰਨਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ support ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ adopt ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. Swadeshi was a more of a positive term. दोनों ने ही economic as well as the social economic movement as well as the political tools ਨੂੰ use ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ for the independence of the country. Is it clear to you all? And then Swadeshi and boycott all over ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੀ ਹਰ section of society ਨੂੰ attract ਕੀਤਾ. Okay. Moving on to the next question. During anti-partition and Swadeshi movement of Bengal, the reaction of some of the leaders like Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal and Aurobindo Ghosh was, they wanted the movement to be continued to the Bengal region. they wanted to go beyond the boycott of foreign goods and a full-fledged political mass struggle nu launch karna cha rahe thi. 1, 2, both, and then we have is neither. Anti-partition Swadeshi movement. હું તને એના પર્સન્સ ਦੇ નામ પતા હોਣਗੇ moderates है या extremists है, then you will be able to mark. C, both. ए moderates ने या extremists ने. B, two only. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾਮ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤਿਲਕ, ਵਿਪਿਨ ਚੰਦਰ ਪਾਲ, ਔਰੋਬਿੰਦੋ ਘੋਸ਼, are they moderates or extremists? Extremists, right. तो extremists ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ they did not want कि movement ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ बंगाल तक ही confined रहे, they wanted movement spread होए. ठीक है, so both वाले please take care. Next question, consider the following statement regarding reaction of extremists during Swadeshi movement. Extremists called for passive resistance in addition to boycott, यानी boycott ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ passive resistance भी include ਕੀਤਾ जाए, which will include government schools, colleges, government services ਨੂੰ boycott ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ. B statement, the goal of independence was to be achieved through self sacrifice. Goal of independence ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ self sacrifice ਨਾਲ achieve ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ. Go on. Extremists, passive resistance ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ that meant to give up or to boycott the government services, government schools, colleges. One only. Okay. D, say neither. Two only. Okay. Answer to this question is C, both the statements are correct. They gave a call for passive resistance in addition to Swadeshi and boycott. Swadeshi plus boycott plus passive resistance, everything was initiated by the extremists and the goal was self sacrifice ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ goal ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ achieve ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, the goal of independence. ठीक है, there was a confusion. I hope this statement is clear to you all. Okay, moving on to the next question. Consider the following statement. Partition of Bengal in 1905 brought an end to moderates rule in Indian freedom movement. Then we have is the Surat session of Indian National Congress it separated extremists from moderates. Go on. Partition of Bengal 1905, it brought an end to rule of moderates. Okay, first statement C, B. Okay. Moderates continued even after the partition of Bengal. So, second is the right statement only. ठीक है? Okay. Next question. Arrange the following in chronological order. Royal Act, introduction of hierarchy, partition of Bengal, and then we have is Lucknow Pact. Options are in front of you. Mark the answers. Royal Act, hierarchy was introduced, partition, and then Lucknow Pact. It's a बहुत famous events ने, and we should answer सानू in a click आना चाहिए. 3, 4, 1, 2. Royal Act 1990 March. Hierarchy was again. Okay, D. Hierarchy again 1999, 1919 December. ठीक है, partition was in 1905 and then announced and then happened, and Lucknow Pact was ultimately it happened in 1960. Okay, moving on to the next question. The Lucknow Pact of 1916 is considered as important event in the struggle. Why? The agreement between Muslim League and Congress to merge as one political vote. Then agreement between British and Indian nationalists for constitutional reforms. Then an agreement by the British for complete erosion of its sovereignty over India. Then it was an agreement where Congress accepted the demand of separate electorates for Muslims by Muslim League. Simple. A. agreement between Muslim League and Congress to merge one political board. Okay. D. Kirandeep says D. Okay. Voice issue आ रहा है. Just a minute, we are fixing the voice issue. It sounds okay now? एक बार thumbs up दे दो. Okay, ठीक है. This was the question. Lucknow Pact. You all know Lucknow Pact. ਕਿਹੜੀ ਦੋ parties ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਦੋ organizations या ਕਿਹੜੇ ਦੋ persons ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ sign ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, right? So what was the purpose? Very close options. D. We have got just one answer related to D. Answer to this question is D. An agreement where Congress accepted the demand for separate electorates for Muslim by the Muslim League. Okay. Correct. Yes, Sonika. Moving on to the next question. Home Rule movement of 1916 emphasized on options: revival of Swadeshi, partition of India in participation of India in self-governing institutions of India, and then separate electorates for all the communities of India. Go on. 1 and 2, 1 only, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and then 1, 2 and 3. Home Rule movement. दो parts, Tilak and then by any Besant. B, 1 and 2. Right. Separate electorates. Dita gali nahi ho rahi na. It is not related to separate electorates. Basic, simple, easy question. ठीक है? Next question. Arrange the following associations in British India in chronological order. Very important. Political associations in front of you. ये सारी आपा इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस दी फॉर्मेशन तो पहले पढ़ते हैं. ईस्ट इंडिया एसोसिएशन लंदन, पूर्ण स्वराज पूना सार्वजनिक सभा, and then British India Association, and then we have is Bombay Association. Moving on. Go on quickly, answers there. ਤੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਉਹ ਹੱਥ ਵੀ ਖੜੇ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਆਪਣੇ. Do we have the answers? Or still thinking? Okay. Answer to this question is A. Least acceptance है कि आंसर नहीं आया हाले तक इदा. This is the list of all the important associations जो एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू तो कवर करनी है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यू कैन टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट्स और यू विल गेट द पीडीएफ. इस सब दे years and places and people associated सारियां दे नाल. It should be on your tips. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. Ilbert Bill controversy is a high watermark in the history of Indian national movement. Ilbert Bill is related to what? Options are improving the working conditions in the factories for Indian workers, then ban of indigenous press and missionary activities by the state. One only, two only, both, and then neither one nor two. One only, Ilbert Bill. Sonika says that neither. Okay. Buffing. You say that neither. Okay, it was not related to improvement on factories. Okay, correct. Related to judiciary equality. Answer is D, neither. Ban on indigenous, it is D. ठीक है जी. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Partition of Bengal was revoked in 1911 by Lord Minto, Lord Hardinge, Lord Chelmsford and Lord Curzon. Right now, हुने हुने अपन discuss कीता है question. Okay. The previous question. Incorrect statement was asked. Right? So, answer is C. Both the statements are incorrect. ठीक है जी. I hope it is clear. Okay. Okay. Answers भी उसी तरह आ रहे सीगे. Okay. So, revoked 1911 partition of Bengal. Right now उन्होंने अपन डिस्कस कीता है and n number of times पहले भी डिस्कस कीता है. ठीक है. Lord Hardinge. Moving on to the next question. Royal Act the main aim की सी suppression of Khilafat movement, introduction of separate communal electorates for the Muslims, then imprisonment without trial for the political activists, and then none of the statement A, B, C is correct. C. Imprisonment without the trials. Kirandeep Gursimran Kaur. C. Correct. I think कोई explanation की requirement नहीं है. Royal Act, it suppressed the right, political rights of the people. ठीक है जी. Trial, imprisonment without the trial. The first ashram established by Mahatma Gandhi in India was Sabarmati, Bardoli Taluka Ashram. Then we have this Kocharab Ashram near Ahmedabad, and then Sevagram Ashram. Anarchical and Revolutionary Crimes Act. Absolutely. A दा दूसरा नाम सेगा. First. And जेडे guesses कर रहे हैं इस question दे विच, they can also raise their hands. First ashram. Go on. Do we have the answers yet? C. Avneet says C. Correct. Kocharab Ashram near Ahmedabad was the first one. First ashram जेड़ा established किया गया सी by Mahatma Gandhi. Moving on. Next question. C is the correct answer. Which of the following were the causes behind launch of non-cooperation movement? Non-cooperation movement, they launched behind. What were the causes? Khilafat wrong, Punjab wrongs of 1919, then resentment of Revolt Act. Quickly, I want the answers. Almost we are moving to the end of the session. 2-3 questions बचे हैं. B, 2 and 3. C, all of the above. Okay, C, 1 and D. Okay, all of the above are the reasons for the cause of non-cooperation movement. Khilafat wrong, जो Muslims नाल कीता गया सीगा. Then Punjab wrongs 1919. Then resentment of Jallianwala, resentment of Revolt Act. ठीक है. I hope this is clear. इस तो बाद ही ਜਿਹੜੀ है we could see a cooperation and ਸਾਨੂੰ एक unity देखने ਨੂੰ मिली सी in Hindus as well as Muslims. ठीक है. Khilafat leaders as well as Gandhi. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements about again non-cooperation movement. At the Calcutta session of Indian National Congress, the program of non-cooperation was endorsed. The movement urged the use of khadi and Indian material as alternative to those shipped from British. 1, 2, both, and then neither. INC ने non-cooperation movement ਨੂੰ endorse ਕੀਤੇ ਸੀ at the Calcutta session, and then again it promoted the use of khadi as well as Indian goods as compared to the British made goods. What is the correct answer? फटाफट answers दो. I have to move on to the next question. इतना सोचने का टाइम नहीं है. Do we have the answers? Good morning everybody. सब जाग रहे हैं. Not getting the answers. C, both. Okay. Non-cooperation movement was at Calcutta session. Was it at Calcutta session or Nagpur session, December 1920? Answer is B. This statement is wrong. In our time leke we did not get the right answers. Very sad state of affair. First statement is wrong. It was in Nagpur session. Correct. Raleigh has given the correct answer. Moving on to next question. Mahatma Gandhi announced the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement. Motilal and C.R. Das forming a Swaraj Party. A reason siga. Then Mahatma Gandhi was arrested by British. And third statement, Chauri Chaura incident took place. Simple, easy, halwa question. Why was this non-cooperation movement withdrawn? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੱਚਾ हिस्ट्री पढ़ रहा है वो तो अखा बंद करके मेरा आंसर मार्क कर सकता है. C, correct. Chauri Chaura incident. Moving on to the last question for the day. Which of the following act first recognized voting rights of women in India? Government of India Act 1909, 1919, Government of India Act 1935, and then none of the above. First time right to vote for women was recognized in which act? Do we have the answers yet? Give me the guesses if you don't know. 1919. Okay. Correct. Answer to this question is B. Government of India Act 1919. ठीक है जी? Okay. So 12 बजे LaunchPad IAS से there is going to be a session on Indian polity whereby आपा all the important questions discuss करेंगे. UPSC the important and कुछ previous year we which discuss करेंगे. So be there. I'll see you at 12 approximately half an hour from now. ठीक है? See you all. Thank you for being there, taking part in the session. Keep studying. The answer B है. ठीक है? So you can get the PDF at Telegram channel at LaunchPad Education. Don't forget to give your feedback in the comment section. Have a good day. See you all at 12 at LaunchPad IES.